What up, everybody? Welcome back to another live stream from Pink Tourmaline. We are back at it, ladies and gentlemen. And it looks like we got a new member, D Aria. Is that your name, I believe? D Aria. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the membership. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. And we're going to be doing more members content, by the way. I actually made a little video on, what was it, Sunday for members only. I'm going to be doing more of that as I get more ideas in terms of how to connect with members and get more involvement in terms of feedback and stuff like that. Because I'm learning as I'm going, trying to do a better job as well in terms of the topics I'm choosing, the interviews I'm conducting. Somebody said that, I think in one of the comments for Betty Guadagno, let her speak. Maybe I talk too much. I mean, I'm just trying to do my best, but I think I will continue to improve as an interviewer the more and more I do this. So trial by fire, just like learning on the fly. What's up, Mavo Gawo? Is that Mavo Gawo? What's up? Are you new to the channel? I don't recognize that name. Michael Stafford back in the house. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. All right, guys, I have a little announcement. I was talking with Alexandra, who I interviewed yesterday, and she was saying, Jaybird Sun says hello, what's up, what's up? She was saying that we should start a Discord server, as more people have been asking for that. People have asked for that previously. Well, guess what? Ask and you shall receive. Boom. There is the Discord server link. You can click that and you can join the Discord server. We now have a community where people can come together and we can chat about these ideas. You guys can chat. I can be on there too, or you guys can chat without me. You guys can form groups together. I know that something that Alexandra was talking about was an OBE group, and that you guys can meet up and talk in there. And oh, looks like, wait, we already got a message in the Discord server. Who just joined? Did somebody join? I just got a little ding. Oh, Captain Oark, Alexandra's on here. Hey, Sanjeev, look at this. We already got a few people joining. Hold on. What's up, everyone? Sick. Okay, we're already getting some people in the mix. So cool. So cool. Awesome. Yeah, so there's the Discord server, and Robert Brown says, hey, what's up, Matt? Hi, guys. There's the Pink Tourmaline Discord server. My first live in a real time. Perfect timing, 9 p.m. in Belgium. Let's go. Yeah, I wonder if I still need to adjust the live time on Friday, but right now we're going to be doing it at 3 p.m. PST instead of the 6 p.m. I think that's better in general for people. Look who it is, ladies and gentlemen. Alexandra is in the chat as promised. I told you guys she'd be in here. So if you guys want to ask her questions, hold on, let me mute Discord because now I'm getting all these dings as people are joining. How do I mute it? Maybe I'll just have to close. I don't want to close it though. Hold on. The sound is off. Okay, I'm not sure. Maybe I should just close it. I'm just like nervous because I just created the account. What if I forget my password or something? Nah, I'll close it. It'll be fine. I'll open it later. Okay. And yeah, so Alexandra's on here if you guys have questions for her. What did you guys think of that interview with Alexandra yesterday? It's doing pretty good. I mean, I thought it was sick. I really enjoyed it myself. It's at 3.9K views and growing. But let Alexandra know what you thought of that interview. There was so much information in there. Oh, sweet. Hi from Istanbul. Dude, I've been to Istanbul. I lived there for a summer. I've been back multiple times. Merhaba. Nasılsın? Yeah, and I think it's evening there. So, iyi akşamlar. Let's go. A little bit of my Turkish in the house. Hey, y'all. What's up, Bella? Howdy, serious business. Hello, everyone. I made it to a live. What's up, Franny, Annie? Welcome to the live. Okay, so Bella's got something for Alexandra. Alexandra, really enjoyed your interview. Thank you so much for sharing your experience. It really gave some light bulb moments. Amazing. I thought I had light bulb moments, too, in that interview as well. Just some different points we raised. Oh, hold on one second. Let me just grab a bottle of water. My voice is already starting to have some issues here. Okay. All right, we are back. Jaybird Sun says it was great. Okay, talking about the interview. Awesome. Merhaba, teşekkür ederim. İyi akşamlar. Let's go. What's up, boss? How you doing? What's up, Chris? I'm good, man. I'm actually really good. Had a nice little morning. Had a little bit of a stressful night, something work related that I don't want to get into, but I think it's going to resolve. I think well, look, ultimately stuff happens in our lives and we can't control everything. Everything can't be the exact perfect outcome that we want. And we just got to push through. I was telling myself that, it's actually, wait, I should talk about this. I had a little work issue last night, which was totally my fault. And I was beating myself up about it. And really beating myself up. Why did I not do something a month ago that would have prevented what was happening last night and today still? And it was completely my fault. And I just said, God, and I just feeling horrible about it, feeling bad about it. And I mean, this is the type of thing that if somebody else told me they were feeling this way, I'm like, dude, it happened. You can't do anything about it now. You just got to move forward. And it got me thinking about how difficult it is really in this life to let go of our attachments and let go of these feelings of guilt for things that we've done. And in the grand scheme of things, this was honestly a mistake. It was just, I did not think things through properly. I didn't think one of my people would be unavailable, let's say, for an in-person service versus a remote service at this time in the summer. And so I didn't bother to iron that situation out. And then so when a client was ready to start, I'm like, okay, we're ready to go. Let's set it all up. And then they're out of town. I didn't think about it. And this person specifically wants in-person and not virtual services. And so, I'm feeling really horrible about this because I screwed up. I should have checked everything ahead of time and I didn't. And I'm going to make it right. I'm going to make it right one way or another. Like, I'll do anything in my power. I'll figure it out. That being said, I couldn't get off of it. I couldn't get it off of my mind. How could I make a mistake like this? I've been running this business for 13 years. How could I do something so stupid? And then it just got me thinking. We talk about letting go of attachments, of letting go of guilt for all these things that happen in our lives. And a lot of things I think we can look at objectively and be like, well, look, we're put in tough situations for this, that, and the other, but it's a real thing. And this isn't like a thing where I don't know, something where, like, in a relationship, you cheat on somebody or you do something really hurtful to that person, or you get into a fight and you injure somebody, right? There's obviously levels to the type of thing that or the type of injury you can, how severely you can injure somebody. And so there's obviously could be much greater levels in this. So my point is, even with this thing, man, I just was giving myself hell. And I knew there was nothing I could do at that moment. I had to wait and see how things transpired and whatever. But it just is a reminder of how difficult I think that is for all of us. And it's just a challenge, something to be cognizant about, and maybe something to work on, maybe with meditation, maybe with a therapist doing self-work and stuff like that. So that was just a little light bulb moment last night. I enjoyed it. She did really well for a first-time interview. That's for you, Alexandra, from Michael Stafford. It was a great interview. Ascending Involution says, what's up? But we all do it. Yeah, 100%. Do you guys have any questions for Alexandra? Because I did mention she's going to be on the live stream, I think, throughout the duration of the stream. So you guys can pose questions if you like. But we got a lot to recap, ladies and gentlemen. We got a lot to recap because holy smokes. We had a crazy couple of days in terms of interviews. Let's first talk about the first of the three. And this is an interview that I've been waiting all summer to do. Read 2 of his books. Was such a big guest. And it's such a big guest because he doesn't do a lot of interviews. He actually, in one of his recent videos, said he wanted to start making videos without looking at the screen. And this is, of course, I'm talking about Howdie Mickoski. Was kind enough to come on, courtesy of Tony Sayers. Tony Sayers did the intro, but I got Howdie on, and this interview was crazy. It was so packed with information and a lot of abstract information that I had to really, really focus to make sure I was absorbing everything and understanding everything. And there were even some things that I don't even think I fully understood, and I wish I would have asked follow-ups on. I'll be honest, I was honestly a little intimidated in full disclosure to dig deeper sometimes when I didn't fully understand everything. But then I thought, okay, well, maybe I'll go back and listen to this interview over and over, and it'll start to congeal in my mind. But yeah, I think it's because I was looking forward to that interview so much. I read 2 of his books. I felt like I resonated so much with Howdie that I was I was a little nervous, I guess you could say, and intimidated, and it is what it is. But anyways, regardless, I still think the interview was great. I think it was still chock full of a lot of information, and I think people are finding it valuable. I loved it, but yeah, what are your guys' thoughts on the Howdy interview? Here for it, Alexandra said. So Alexandra is here. If you guys have questions for her, go ahead and throw them in the chat. And we'll get to her interview in particular in order. Howdy uses word salad and too many metaphors, in my opinion. Oh, interesting. So Robert Brown, you thought, I don't think he used, I wouldn't call it word salad. Hold on, let me just let my dog out. He's crying at the door. Go ahead. My dog is very vocal. If he wants something, he makes some noises. I wouldn't call it word salad. My definition of word salad is you don't even know where you're going, and you throw in a lot of fillers and things like that. That's not Howdy. I actually felt that he always had a clear point. It was just a lot of information, and it's high level. It's high level stuff. Now, when you say he didn't say anything new, are you saying compared to previous interviews? So I wonder if that's what you mean. Those interviews are great, all 3 of them. Your efforts are amazing. I appreciate your work. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate it. In regards to learning and becoming aware, we are like toddlers learning to walk. Howdy was great interview, very calm energy. Need to watch again to process it all. That's how I feel, Bella. I feel like I need to watch the interview again for me personally. Ashlyn Praxis, it was one of the best you've done with Howdy. Okay, awesome. So glad you liked it. Ashlyn, are you new to the channel? I don't recognize the name. And if so, welcome. It's like biblical parables. Okay, I'm going to have to listen back to it. At this moment, Robert, and I appreciate your feedback. At this moment, I'm not sure I agree, but I'm going to listen back to the Howdy interview and really think on it, because I think I really need to think about it. I have started to already listen back to it, but I need to listen back to it, I think, more. And yeah, I just need to process everything. Ashlyn, awesome. How did you find the channel? What was the video that brought you here? I'd love to know. Yeah, so the Howdy interview, it was wild. I even got a message, by the way, from Isabella Green, and she loved it. I think a lot of people really, really, really liked it, and it was cool. And Howdy emailed me afterwards. Maybe we'll get Howdy back on the show one day. That'd be incredible. Howdy was so self-contradicting. He adds cosmic graphics engine, fake characters, empty awareness, and undefined. Okay, the absolute part, yeah, I get that. So that I'm still trying to wrap my head around. I don't. I should have dug deeper on that. I should have dug deeper on exactly what absolute means. But self-contradicting, I didn't feel that. Cosmic graphics engine. When you say fake characters, you mean the NPC or the automatons as he describes them? Let me know what you mean by that, Mavo Gawo. Robert Brown says, yes, he didn't say anything new that hasn't been. Okay, got it. So you felt as though it was information from previous interviews. That could be. You know, I've listened to a handful of his interviews. Obviously, I read 2 of his books pretty carefully. So maybe that is possible, that it wasn't entirely new. Like he didn't come out with some new revelation or something on the interview. Maybe that's a product of the questions I asked also. You recognize the farm, then insist that the animals, fences, machinery are fictional. No, I don't think that's. I'm not sure I agree with you there. He says the avatar is fictional, meaning, or it's not even that the avatar is fictional. If I'm understanding him correctly, this body is a body. We are in a real matrix. But what he's trying to say, I believe, is the avatar doesn't define us. And so that's what he means by we're playing a fictional character. But it's not that we don't exist here, because I think he's been pretty clear about that, to not just check out of living this life and not to check out of Earth. We are here. We exist right now. Let's get our lives in order. Let's live our best lives. And let's live with purpose and intention. So it's not that, it's just the mindset that we are only this avatar, that we are only this one lifetime. I think that's what he would say is fictional. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, in the comments, but I think that's what he was trying to say. And of course, I get your analogy, but yeah, the milk is, but all of it is technically real, and we are real. Our true essence, though, is our spark, is our identity, not this individual, not Huzefa Kapadia. I think that's what he's saying. What's up? What's up? Hey, Zeus, welcome back. Yeah, man, I'm doing good. Just doing my thing. Love Isabella's wisdom. She's amazing. Good vibes. I agree. I really like Isabella. Also, thank you so much. Alexandra says, Bella and Michael and Krishna, I appreciate you all. Yeah, Alexandra was saying that some of you guys reached out to her and emailed Alexandra. Here, let me post Alexandra's email one more time in the chat in case you guys wanted to reach out to her, but you haven't yet. Hold on. I've got it in this video description. Here it is. Okay, so if you want to email Alexandria, there's her email. Boom. So you guys may reach out if you'd like, if you have more questions or different things like that. But now we got a Discord server. You can just talk to her on Discord. And I'm going to make Alexandra a mod on the Discord server. Let me post that Discord server again. Hold on. Am I back in? Yeah, here we go. All right, let me post it again. Invite your friends. Okay, so for those of you guys right now who just joined Discord server, we have a Pink Tourmaline Discord server. It is official. There is the link. You can click on that and join our Discord server. How do I see how many members we have now? Hold on. Because a bunch of people already here. Show member list. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so there's 4 people on right now, including me. So 3 people, but still pretty cool. Hello, my favorite guy, Huzefa, Pat Windsor. Thank you. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. I've seen a lot of what Maria talks about in some of my lucid dreams. Oh, Jesus has had crazy lucid dreams, crazy amount of OBEs. Hey, Jesus, let me tell you what Alexandra wants to do, by the way. Hold on, I'm just shutting my door. Jesus, you might be interested in this if you jump on the Discord server. What Alexandra wants to do is she wants to put together groups of people to have joint OBEs, to kind of go out and explore together, sort of in a team type setting. I don't know if this is something you'd be interested in, but you might want to connect with Alexandra on this front. I would love to email you too, Alexandra, if that's okay. I'm not on social media. Yeah, Bella, I think that's fine with Alexandra. I don't know if she responded, but I think that's fine because she gave me her email address so people could connect with her. So yeah, I'd say go ahead and email her. From Quebec, what's up, Denflo? If the observer is unreal, there's nobody to imprison. If awareness is another trap, there's nobody to escape. If everything is inside the matrix, there's nowhere for harvested energy to go. But I don't know. I'm not sure he would say the observer is unreal. And I don't think everything is inside the matrix. So I think he was just saying that the energy is primarily used to fuel the matrix. So checking the Michael Newton book for the part where he says we only send part of our energy to. Exactly. Right. If this is true, how do we reclaim all of ourselves without going into the light? Well, I don't think you need to go into the artificial light to reclaim yourself. But yes, certainly what we were talking about it on Alexandra's interview yesterday, I've heard other people say this, is there is kind of like your spark or your light, maybe perhaps that we would originally follow out as we exit an incarnation, but that's been mimicked and that's sort of been commandeered by this false, super bright white light. Talked about in the Tibetan Book of the Dead as well, that you follow and kind of keeps you stuck in the matrix. So it's not as though you're not, it's not as though there isn't a light to follow or a path to follow. It's that the one that's being shown to us or projected to us is a trap of sorts. There's a false light. I think that would be the idea. There's the Discord server if you guys want to check that out. Count me in on the OBE channel, Pat Windsor says. From Oman. Very cool. Welcome. Awesome. Azad, welcome to the channel. I've not seen anyone else talk about this specific issue. Howdie is very committed and does a lot of work to achieve his goal. I agree. He is talking from what he found out through his experiences. Alexandra has great wisdom too. She explored many topics in her interview. I agree. Thanks, Krishna. Well, from the QHT from Dolores Cannon 2000, I'm more aligned with the soul trap idea theory than anything else. That's where I'm at right now too. Oh, Jesus says yes, he's down. Hi, Maria. I emailed you. Okay, so Alexandra has been... Wait. Is this another Alexandra? Or wait, hold on. I'm getting mixed up here. I was talking about doing something like that in our group chat from the Monroe Institute. Oh, cool. Well, there you go. Yeah, and you could do that there. You could join on in here and maybe connect with some people as well. Alexandra, wait, is this Alex? This is not the Alexandra that I interviewed, is it? I'm getting mixed up, or we have multiple Alexandras in here. What's going on? Huzefa, could the exact birth chart be a calibration code used by the incarnation system to assign the avatar's temporary personality in detail rather than planets actually causing it? Somebody else has actually brought that up, that the reason why astrology charts are kind of work is that as people come in, their personality is literally governed or imprinted upon by that certain time frame when they're born. And so that accounts for some of these tendencies we see in Geminis or Cancers or whatever it may be. I have no idea. I have not looked into it in detail, but other people have mentioned this. So that's all I can say about it. Alexandra says, yes, I got y'all's emails. Thank you so much. Working on responses. And those who want to reach out, please do email me. So here for it. I'm not really on social media either at Bella. Here, I'm going to make... Let's see. I'll make Alexandra a mod on the Discord server. Here we go. Add role. I'll just say top mod. I don't really know. I use Discord for... Oh, I see. I have to add the role. No, all right, never mind. I did have a Discord channel for my Scalar Learning channel. And I still do, actually, but I don't really go on it. I had students of mine, believe it or not, actually help me set that up. But I'll figure it out. I'll make Alexandra a mod. I'll set some guidelines, different things like that, and then we'll be up and running. Okay. All right, let's move it along now. Now let's get to the next interview that I did with Betty Guadagno. And by the way, if Jesus is still in the chat, Betty is actually going to the Monroe Institute, which is crazy. And we talked about it after the interview concluded. So she's going to the Monroe Institute next week. I can't remember, pretty soon. So she was asking me about it. And yeah, we chatted about that. That was pretty cool. So what do you guys think of the Betty interview? Because obviously this was a different type of interview, right? This is somebody who is more on the new age side of things, had an NDE, channels, like all the sorts of stuff that we say is we believe is very potentially dangerous. And also, I think a lot of us disagree with the way that she frames the nature of reality. And in defense of her, she's just doing it from her experience and what she understood to be true versus false. She's just doing her best. I never ever said or have thought that she's intentionally trying to be deceptive. And she was great, by the way. I had a great time talking to her. I thought we had a really nice interview. But what do you think about this one? Truth Seer says, great job on all interviews. Howdie is amazing. The second one was hard to listen to, seeing that you came in for a discussion and she came in for a debate. The truth came through clearly in the end. Yeah, I'm wondering if she really wanted it, if that was a little bit of a joke. Hey, where's the controversial stuff? I didn't know if she was actually expecting a true debate or if that was her being a little funny, but I thought it worked out well. And again, what am I going to do? I'm not sure I really see a benefit in going in and being like, yeah, but I think you're wrong about this. I think you're wrong. Like, she's not going to convince me. I'm not going to convince her. Where do we really go? And I just don't know if that goes anywhere. I thought the discussion that we had was pretty fruitful. I just wonder why you feel good. The system seems to reward you with positive synchronicities and events. Is it mainly for positive loosh generation? Do we kind of use pets for loosh? Oh yeah, it's a good question. We may, for sure. When you feel good, the system seems to reward you. It may not also be I wonder how much the system can really control. Like, there's might be certain things that are out of the control of the system, and they try to control everything, but they can't. So, for example, that could also again be the law of attraction, which is more our souls or our spirits or our sparks exercising their own power or authority, and the system can't really do anything about it. I mean, it's the same thing right now. We're talking about this stuff, and other people, and not just us here, but lots of people talk about this stuff. You would imagine the system wouldn't want that, but ultimately I don't think the system is in control of everything. The system has tactics and things that it can deploy, but within reason. And too much deployment, I think, would threaten the system because it would awaken too many people if it's just too overtly suppressing things. So I think that I don't know if everything is perfectly engineered just to be this beautiful system. Just like if you're managing a beehive, Isabella Green talked about the analogy of a beehive and harvesting honey, similar to us and harvesting loosh. We can't control everything. Sometimes you just get super aggressive beehives. I just watched a video the other day about that, and it just didn't work, and it had to be anesthetized. You can't control every single factor. I can't trust channels without knowing the true source. Right. I mean, that's the thing. Do you have mods silencing messages in this chat? No, I don't have any, but I don't have any mods that I've set up yet on Pink Tourmaline. Why? Why do you ask? I thought you did a great job. I kind of wish you would have challenged her a little more, like asking her if how she really knew it was her dad, etc. You wish I would have challenged her more. That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, I guess I could have. Although, and I don't know where it would have gone, right? Like, hey, because I can kind of guess what she would have said. Maybe you're right, though. Maybe I could have challenged her more on those types of questions. And maybe we wouldn't have gotten to an answer on that show, but maybe it would have been good food for thought for her, something to consider. You know, that could have been, that's a good point. I tried to watch it, but it wasn't for me. Way too much cursing. Each is oh, yeah, she does curse a lot. She does curse a lot. But hey, that's her. You know what I mean? That's her personality. She was just being real. You know that Betty said many things. I'm feeling that from that very deceptive life review with ascended masters of puppets like the lovely guides and goddesses of light. Yeah. From that very deceptive life review with ascended masters of puppets. I see. Yeah, guides and guides or goddesses of light. We're all on different levels of awareness and experience. It's true. Seeing your dead relatives at the end is 100% fake. Yeah, I think that's my conclusion now as well. Credit to Betty for pulling her life around. True. I did feel it was a little damage control, perhaps, because she's questioning her experience. Maybe folks find it hard to let go of beliefs. Yeah, not only that, somebody else made a good point in the comments, is think about how powerful and impactful it's been for her to change her life in all these amazing ways. And then think about the business that she's built around this experience and around these things being true, coaching and helping people. I'm not saying that it's impossible for her to change her perspective on this, but that is a lot of momentum to shift around. So ultimately, it's just going to be super, super difficult, I think, to, even if she did, let's say, come to a realization later of like, hey, maybe I do need to question a little bit more, but to completely reverse course at this point when all of the great things that it's brought to her life, it's going to be so hard. That's going to be so, so, so hard. Yeah, she talked about confirmation bias, and she brought it up. I think she brought it up as a point to me or our community, that you're going to seek what you know, what you think is true. You're going to seek that out, and you're going to keep seeing that more and more. But I mean, like, it obviously goes both ways, and that's just, unfortunately, confirmation bias is a real thing, and we all have to be mindful of it. But I think ultimately it's going to be really tough for her because it's brought so much good stuff to her life. You know, Courtney Brown says that light gives you an electric type shock. to disorient you. Yeah. I've heard that. Brett Stewart talks about that, some sort of an electrocution process. I think it's talked about in Alien Interview as well. And I'm not saying everything in Alien Interview is good either. There's some things that have come to light about that book. And there's also things in that book that I don't think fully track, but I think they talk about some sort of a high electrical grid or something as well. I ask about mods because last time my message what was your message? If you had a curse word in it, or if you said like, I don't think you did, but if you said something discriminatory or something, it just doesn't show up. Although I should still be able to see it usually, unless maybe it was like some crazy message. But what was the message? Alexandra Kohler. Yes, I'm a different Alexandra from Germany. Finally made it to the live. What's up? What's up? Welcome. I was just in Munich not too long ago. There's somebody else from Germany. Hold on. Who was that in my who was that I was messaging with on Instagram? Harry? Oh, this is you. It's you, Alexandra Kohler from Germany. Sorry. We messaged on Instagram, and you actually live in Munich. Sorry, I didn't recognize you without the picture. That's so cool. What's up, Alexandra? Yeah. What's up? And you mentioned that movie Surrogates, but I haven't seen it yet. Yeah, we messaged already. Cool. Welcome to, and I remember you're a flight attendant, and you got to let me know if you're going to be flying to LA anytime soon. That'd be super cool to link up. And by the way, in case you guys want to connect with me as well on Instagram, hold on. Let me post my Instagram one more time. Whoops. Insta. There it is. Pink Tourmaline, Huzefa. That's where you can connect with me there. If you guys want to send me messages or send me video ideas. Oh my God. Somebody sent me a crazy video. I don't know if I'll do it today, but probably tomorrow. Who was it? It was Missy. Holy smokes. Missy, you sent me a crazy one. Is that the same as, I think it is. Is that the same as 1128 Missy? I assume it is Missy. Yeah. You sent me a wild video. Holy smokes. I commended her on her recovery, talking about Betty. Yeah, I agree. Was there a question about birth charts? Yes, there was. I can address the questions about astrology and the role of planets in the matrix. Yeah, somebody was asking, does when you're born in the astrology charts, is that sort of does that dictate a certain type of personality overlay that's given to you or something like that? Which is why, if you're a Gemini, you're like this. If you're a Cancer, you're like that. I feel like, many OBEers don't understand how much their own beliefs, etc., impact their interpretation of the experience, even the experience they have there. Yeah, we talk about that. Remote viewers talk about that, and that's why it's best to look at things or investigate things where you don't have a specific bias already. Jutsu says, I love your approach to discussion, not a debate. Yes, so nice job bridging the two different ideas. Good. I'm glad you liked it. Alexandra, what's up, doppelganger? Jesus says, I think you should do a breakdown of the movie on YouTube called Laws of the Sun. Laws of the Sun. Let me look that up. A happy sun. Let me see this. Okay, I got it up. I'll check it out later. It also showed how they threatened her with you get a worse. I know. And then I did ask her, do you think you have to go back? And she said, what didn't she say? Yes, that you do kind of have to go back or whatever until the evolution or whatever it is done. It just, I mean, it is what it look. She's trying to make sense. She had this crazy vivid experience. I don't regret, like, by the way, I hope it's clear. I have the utmost respect for Betty. Dude, I can't imagine what that would be like to have this crazy vivid experience and you believe everything wholeheartedly. And it seems like the most authentic because you're feeling the most intense emotions you've ever felt in your life. You remember it. You come back, you see your father. I mean, oh my God, it sounds exactly like your father. But in your mind, it's 100% your father. You come back and then you have people like me who's never even had an NDE or had an out-of-body experience yet and is questioning that. And it's like, who are you? You don't know me. You don't know my dad. You don't know what I experienced. You didn't see it. I'm sure parts of her were pissed off at me, rightfully so. because I wasn't there. I didn't see it. I totally get that. And it's, you know, so she probably had a certain feeling about what I was saying, and for her we're pointing out these red flags looking in from afar, but for her it was so visceral, it was so real. Think about how she must be connected to that experience. I mean, it's literally changed the entire course of her life for the better. So it's a really, really tough thing, I think, to come to grips with, if she has to come to grips with that, the fact that this was indeed a manipulation. Like, that's crazy. That's so hard. That may be insurmountable. I don't know. I get it. I've been talking with actually, I would love to know the number of people that had NDEs that originally, like, if there are people out there, they originally believed it, and then at some point they changed. I wonder if that number is close to zero, because it's such an emotionally powerful experience. And depending on where you're at in your mindset when you have it, that it's just so imprinting that it's almost impossible, not impossible, but almost impossible to turn that ship around. I get it. I've been talking with my friend for a few weeks about the Earth as a School concept. He's refused to even think that it might not be. Oh, wow. Okay. He thinks we came here to attain perfection. Yeah. I mean, I thought that too at one point. And it because it feels good too. You want to think that. Then it's like everything makes sense. All the difficulties, all the challenges, all the good, all the bad. It's like, then you just think, well, it's all supposed to happen this way. This is beautiful. They're working on this while I'm working on that. Oh, I'm going to level up more because I have more difficulty in my life. Like, this is actually a good thing. I heard somebody on the Next Level Soul podcast, which I don't really listen to that much anymore, obviously, for, probably know why. Just the type of guest he has on, and not the type, I shouldn't say the message that he champions, I guess you could say. He's like super new agey. But there was somebody on his show that was talking about suffering, and oh my God, if we only knew how much suffering did for us, we would wish for more. We would wish for it to never end. And I thought that was quite a profound thing when he first said it. I'm like, man, that actually, wow, that's a profound thing. And the host thought it was profound. And obviously now I disagree, but a lot of people think that. And then it just reframes your mind on that concept into it being a positive thing. Obviously now think that's a trap to keep us docile and, oh yeah, like, bring it on, let's do it. This is all for my benefit. The more suffering, the more I elevate, whatever. But yeah, it's a powerful thought that definitely gets people locked in there. I thought Betty had good energy. We may disagree on some things, but she has a good heart. She does have a good heart. I agree with you. Threatening her back or a new reincarnation forced upon her, like me and my QHHT, I had to come back after me leaving the veil. Me. If Gemini generally describes part of my stable psychological structure and the planets are not magically causing it, then what system linked this personality package to my exact birth coordinates? Maybe that's a question for Alexandra. My messages were my Instagram name, so you could find their... Oh, are you talking about on Instagram? Oh, let me look. No, I'm just so behind on my Instagram messages. Hold on. Wait, what is your name on Instagram? I have 7 messages right now in the request folder that I haven't even read. The reason why I haven't read them, it's not because I'm not... I want to read them when I'm ready to look, like, especially some people are sending me videos or things to review. And right now, like, I just opened whose message? I just opened Missy's message because I figured she had sent me something, and she did, and the video is amazing. And now I have my next video that I want to cover probably tomorrow. But like, I don't want to look at multiple, and then I look at them and I think I want to make a video, and then I forget because I get over. So that's kind of my system. I know it's not the best system. I could probably have a better system, but that might be why. If you have sent me a message on Instagram, let me know your Instagram handle, but that might be why I didn't see it yet. Triumvirate's back in the house. What's up? What's up? Guys, if you could give we got a lot of people on the live right now. We've got 84 people, which is incredible. And right now we have, hold on one second, 87 people. We only have 17 likes. Could you guys please click that like button and get those likes up? Please click the like button, people. We got only 17 likes. And we got 87 people in the live stream. So if you can quickly give it a click, if you are indeed enjoying the live stream. I mean, obviously, if you don't like the live stream, I'm not asking you to be disingenuous, but if you're appreciating it, I'd appreciate it. alike. If I think the prison planet community is missing one of the most fundamental questions. If the system assigns our body, parents, place of birth, and memory wipe, who assigns the personality? Yes, that is a good question, because it probably, I mean, I'm sure some of it comes from your true divine spark, but there must be some sort of overlay. Although the personality is probably partially dictated by your genetics, the body, the DNA, your chemical balance. So maybe it's not really a separate question. These are the things that dictate or determine your personality type, plus your true authentic self. But maybe it's a question worthwhile asking. And again, maybe it's something that you choose. I don't think it's the system, but we're choosing it, is my understanding from the pre-life planning phase that is described by so many people, including Betty Guadagno. So I don't mean trauma, I mean the deep personality, character, architecture, motivations, fears, attachments, thinking style, relationship patterns, and even capacity to recognize the prison. Yeah, I don't know if that is also something that's discussed up top, but I think it is, because they say, oh, are you going to be intelligent or not? Are you going to have this or that or whatever? So I think it's all the system, but it's all a discussion. It's a joint process where options are given to you and you choose based on what's available. Glad you got it. Yes, I did get it. Sergeant Schultz has an interesting video on his channel. His most recent video called Exploring the Soul Trap Through Regression Work. Okay, I will check that out. Actually, Krishna, can you email that to me? Edward, REOB is colored by belief. Yes. And yes, you see things and then interpret them. That interpretation is going to be colored by your experience. It's that way in real life too. When you witness things, true. That's how and why it's so easy to trick and trap us. Truly hope she finds her way to the truth. Yes. If you're talking about Betty, it would be interesting to see you interview someone on the opposite side of the spectrum, such as Thomas Campbell. I used to enjoy his work, but since 2020, I tend to lean more towards Alush Farm. That would be interesting. I wonder if he'd be open to an interview. Yeah, because he's more on the side of life as a school. I mean, Betty was on the other side. I did interview her. Alexandra, I'm also from Bavaria. Oh, cool. Yes, it's me, Alexandra Kohler. Yes, I do. Triumvirate, that's so cool. I had an NDE and understood the trap. Archons make people, and when you say yes, I do, you mean you do come to LA sometimes? If so, let me know next time you come. The Archons make people believe suffering is good. The ultimate chess players. Yes. The reality is that this realm is ridiculously deceptive. Some of the most enlightened people in history, like sages, have been tricked by the Archons. True. Listen to the latest Farsight Institute. They're remote. I know Farsight. I'm trying to get them on the channel. Alexandra, you are the best doppelganger ever. Yeah, let's go. Who has the keys to free this place? I think we all do. We all have the keys. Don't let anybody make you think different. We're not trapped. We're tricked. I really believe that. I was targeted by the SRA cult and was betrayed by my family. No idea in a million years why I would ever agree to do this. The silver lining is that I know what I am beyond this body, but I wonder why. Perhaps personality, at least some of its experiences we walk through life. Anyone would agree to become a victim to the most brutal things. Makes no sense to me at all. I think a lot of us came here to help. I think Isabella Green's story or recount of what she remembers is a really strong indication of, for a lot of us, we came here to help. I really do think that. I'm telling you, man, I felt that since I was a kid, that I want to help or be some sort of a like communicator to the people. But then again, Isabella Green talks about this whole thing, like, I'm here to save the world, that a lot of us have that belief deep down in us, and we have to be careful of that. So is that I don't know, man. I don't know. Well, our personally tired of enduring this, it's time to go. Well, our personality ego comes from our past life as well. Jose, if I admire your will, I also admire your intelligence. Thank you, Ricardo. What would happen if you start to take everyday, like, actual work to break free from this place, at least mentally? I've tried it for a while. Yeah, great question. I don't know. But I think we should be doing something along those lines, at least practicing our meditation, practicing our internal work to improve ourselves. Be sure to remove your expectations, face reality. Gemini, the chart represents conditions that you were born into. Goal of learning is to understand those dynamics and transcend it. Oh, interesting. Planets themselves do not influence their clocks. Did you watch Stephen Norco speak of the 2010 SIG? What's SIG? No, I did not see that. His idea is that soul theory, divine spark theory is a what? It's another trap. No, I did not see that. Hey, Jack of no trades is back in the house. Hi, everyone. You should be prepared for the worst. Otherwise, the door keeps on closing. I hope you hear me, Ricardo. Yes, I hear you. Every time I write my Insta name on chat, it gets muted. Is your Insta name like a bad word or something? If I came here, help me definitely regret it. LMAO. Right. Hold on. Is your name right? Let me see. Can you try writing part of your Instagram name or something? I don't know why it's not showing up. Eddie, all we can save is ourselves. That's just so hard for me to accept. Because I feel like this community, we're trying to help each other. And like, I feel like I think we're making progress and we're making a difference. So can't we help other people too? But maybe that's part of the trap. I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah, I've always wanted to help everyone and everything. I won't believe anyone that describes us as inherently bad. Yes, I'm with you, man. I believe our kind and naive nature is exactly what was exploited to get us down here. I am with you. If the reality is bad, it's not your fault. I agree. Try to get realigned to my Dharma energy from within. I apparently don't know what I'm doing, Paula K says. Why do you apparently not know what you're doing? Oh, you mean because you want to help everybody? No, it's not a bad word. Ah, I found it. I found it. I had some years ago. Oh, now I got you. I'm responding. Okay, Akis, can you do me a favor? I see what you asked. I'm responding back, and I'm going to ask for something else instead of what you're requesting. Hold on. Can you? Okay, I responded to you. And I know I have other messages in here. If anybody else is on the chat and you're like, hey, why did you not respond? I'll respond right now. Paula K. But like I said, I hope that makes sense. I don't want you guys to take offense. I have now 6 requests that I have not responded yet to or read even. But I'm doing that so when I'm ready and maybe like, hey, I need to make a video today and I don't have something exactly on my agenda, I'll start digging through the messages. That's what I do a lot of times. Any place, yes, to practice every day. For example, transcendence of the trap is the ultimate goal of the great work of alchemical transformation and the goal of high magic. Email me for more info. Hold on, let me put her email back in here. Where was it? Shoot. Hey, Alexandra, can you post your email again? I meant Huzefa, we can't. I know what you're saying. It's a bummer to think that. I have sent the video link on email kindly. Oh, you did? Oh, God. Sorry. Okay. Thank you. You can only help those with an open mind and open heart. That I mean, I'm with you there. I'm not saying but we can help some people, I would think. Maybe not everybody's ready yet. That's fine. Okay. Thank you. Yep. You're welcome. That story you spoke of where someone called to Jesus before they got here gives me a theory that Jesus may be collecting souls for its own divine power. Yeah, I remember that. That's crazy. Alexandra, is magic real? How can you learn it? How can you put that into practice? And did the energy grid, I couldn't understand. Who built that? Where's the energy source of it? The moon. I think she would say the energy source is us, but I'll let Alexandra answer that. Jesus is the king of the archons. You think? That's so messed up if that's why do you think that? Because that's not how it's described in, I mean, who knows? I don't know. Knowledge is power, and that is why we are mentally and sensorially so extremely limited, and that is why brainwashing and mind control happen. That is why your work here is so extremely important. Special interest group. Got it. That's what a SIG is. That Stephen Norco's video explains what Howdie meant when he said, oh, I'm fake too. I feel as if that just went in one ear and out the other ear in your, oh, maybe it did. Okay, I need to go back and watch this again. Alexandra says, Aries, yes, Jesus collecting souls like a massive egregor, thought form with a life of its own. What? You've thought this as well? Oh, we should have talked about it. Do you think us that haven't had OBEs and NDEs are acceptable to the astral deception? you mean susceptible to the astral deception, and we're a stronger spark, willpower? I don't know. No, I don't know. Wait. I don't know. I don't think it has anything to necessarily do with that, but I'm not sure. I need to think about that more. Wake back to bed method plus the rope technique, easy OBEs. I don't want to only escape this place. I want to destroy it. Hello, my friend. The Way says, I would love to invite you on my podcast to connect with you. Let me check out your podcast, The Way. Hold on. The Way, hold on. Blah. The Way 126 experience. With San King. Let's see. Bliss out the Tao. Why do bad things happen to good people? Seems like we're aligned here, or like generally in terms of the idea. Remember who you are. Sure, I'm down. Email me at well, if you want, you can also message me on Instagram if that's easier. Here's my Instagram. So hit me up there. If you don't have Instagram, let me know in the chat and I'll send you my email address. But yeah, why not? I'm down. What do you want to interview me about specifically? Just about this channel and everything I've been researching, but for sure. I mean, why not? I'm down. Okay, Hackin, big questions. I'd like to address them all. Email me and I'll copy Jose on the response. Sweet. Yeah, copy me. I don't believe Yeshua is the king of archons. No. Okay, Missy disagrees. No, the archons are using Jesus from Christianity. Yeah, the Jesus character is suspect. Tons of energy goes that way. I don't know. I was coerced into reincarnation by the promise of my role to save the world, to be a savior. Another family member of mine saw the robed beings who forced them back into their bodies after they died. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I feel like, I don't know why. I get a feeling that a lot of us came in here to help, like Isabella Green described. No, you misunderstood me. Not Yeshua, Jesus, the fake Yeshua. Okay. According to the Gnostic text, it does say that each of the 7 planets are governed by a specific archon. As a gate you go through, planets are the archonic system. Regressionist like Mike Segula says all gods are egregores, being without soul who get power through our prayer. Maybe all gods like Jesus, Hindu gods, are egregores. Maybe the archons also are egregores, like they're just thought forms powered by our energy, and when we cease to think about them or whatever, it dissipates. Or sort of like Howdie was saying, the archons are powered by the system, and once the system ceases to exist, they cease to exist. That's such a weird, it's so weird to think that something exists and then it could just disappear. Or maybe it comes back to us, that energy or that thought that we're releasing. I don't know. Insights with Tony said that archons are actually divine sparks as well, that are just all mixed up. That could also be another thing. Like, what do you guys think are the archons? Are they egregores? What are they exactly? The Way says, great, I'll reach out. All right, cool. I think they can use lots of false Jesuses to trick people. Certainly, that could be, for sure. Paula K, I think that Jesus is the answer to it all. Interesting. I believe that the same manipulative intelligence lies behind most religions, using different archetypes as Jesus, Buddha, and Krishna as mass to push an agenda. Yeah, I agree. Well, that I for sure agree with. If Jesus is essentially the opposite of what everyone believes, then how come when people say his name, demons leave? Or is it just that people think it will work? It could be that. Yeah, it could be that. It could not be the actual name or the word that you're speaking. It's probably the intent behind it, calling on some sort of divine source. Or it could be, who knows, man? It could be that the demons leave to manipulate you, to make you think that is working. But I don't know, man. God, it's got to be so paranoid of everything, right? Jay Britson says, got you. Paul, okay, but at least Jesus we know, but the Jesus we know is a lie. The real Jesus told 12 disciples how to defeat the archons. Yeah, that I agree with. Like modern Christianity, for sure. I'm with you. The way that whole story has been woven seems to be completely out there. I'm just turning on my heating pad. Okay. Think about it. Billions pray to Jesus, that energy is going to him. Yeah. He said it's the symbolism of us collectively on the cross being sacrificed. Oh, that's so dark to think. I feel I can't be hypnotized or have an OB because of my awareness after the dark night of the soul. Like, I get what you're saying. So people that maybe think that their bodies are more tightly wound around their soul or their spirit energy, or maybe there's people blocking the potential OBs. I mean, all this could be true. I don't know. But then I think that no, we maybe it might be harder, but ultimately I just think we're all powerful enough to do this, even if there are blockades or barriers. D says, when you see your relative after an out of body, is that truly your grandma? After all, entities can shapeshift. Yeah, I mean, I think most people in this community would say, some people would say, yes, it is. I think most people in this community would think that no, those are projections that are based on things from the Akashic record and from your memories. And if you also look at the children who remember, what was that book? Who remember lives before lives or in between lives or what? I can't remember the name of the book, but they say that the majority of people are in the astral from like 3 months to a couple years. And when you're seeing people that passed away 20 years ago or 10 years ago, it seems unlikely that that's your actual deceased relative. It seems more like that's a projection. They've instead already reincarnated elsewhere. Also, ancient Greeks, in their wisdom, have hinted that humanity were the play toys of the divinities, gods, and goddesses. Well, there you go. One guy to save everyone. The story could be true, but maybe he was just trying to tell everyone the truth. Yeah, true. I think that's what it was. And then it got manipulated or commandeered. Tulpas, thought forms, probably. NDE Research Project channel on YouTube says that archons are traitors. Okay, so they are maybe us or souls, or and they betrayed us. I think the archons could be AI. I've heard that as well. Yeshua, Jesus are different. That's why they're different names. For example, my first name is Maria. Mary is a different person. I saw the feed of. Oh yeah, this was actually one of the things that you mentioned in your email, that you saw a field of false Jesus, that we never got to touch on that. It's the belief system. However, there is a real Jesus, and he said that all his kingdom is not from earth. He always taught us to go to heaven, not to reincarnate, to live a good life here. Paul K. Oh, no. Jesus was just a guide. You have to listen to the true story. I think archons are some ancient, sophisticated AI, easier to maintain the soul trap with billions of trapped souls. Automated machine like AI. So I believe Demiurge created AI jailers called archons. Got it. Sorry, I'm yawning, guys. I think OBEs are just manipulation tactics. Well, I guess it's not a far stretch, since NDEs, a lot of us now, we think those are certainly all manipulations. But with OBEs, I don't know. I'd push back a little bit because people see so many different things. I think everything is attempted to be manipulated. And there are people that have OBEs, like, not trying to be a hater. I'm just saying Darius Wright is somebody that has many OBEs, and we obviously disagree with his framework of the nature of reality. So that would be a case in point of somebody that, at least in our community, we think has been potentially manipulated. So that is certainly out there and possible. But I think it depends on you and your frame of mind and your discernment. So I wouldn't call OBEs manipulation tactics, but they are, when you're having an OBE, you are susceptible to manipulation. I would frame it that way. The archons born from confusion and shadows, when divine figure Sophia Lord expectedly emanated an imperfect air. Yeah, so you're talking kind of the Gnostic narrative. Totally agree. If there is a real Christ and salvation, how to liberate yourselves from the matrix. Liberation is the key, not salvation. True. Oh my God, I got so many comments. Guys, we're getting close to the top of the hour, and I've got to jump off because I have a really busy day today. At the hour, I'm going to jump off because I have a really busy day today. I need to eat something, and then I'm in a ton of sessions. I have an uncharacteristically high amount of sessions, tutoring sessions today, given that it's the summer. So I've got to jump off in a minute here, but I want to thank everybody so much. The last interview we didn't get to talk about, hold on, we got to talk about Alexandra. Holy smokes, because she's on here. All right. What did you guys think of the interview of Alexandra? Obviously, I asked about this a little bit in the beginning, but give us your feedback as we close out. And yeah, you can talk to her. She's in here right now. So give us your feedback. Also, make sure to hit me up on Instagram if you guys want. And last but not least, hold on one second. Hit us up. Join the Discord community. Here is the Discord server. So join us on Discord. We got a community. It's happened. And look, we already have 9 members, myself included, but still, we already have 9 members. So that's pretty exciting. We're gonna have a nice little community up there. You guys can chat with each other when I'm not doing a live stream. I think that'll be really cool. I think we've been missing that. Jesus had a cool comment. Remember how Robert Monroe spoke about this in his book, how your belief system great. Yeah, for sure. Love your work, brother. Thank you. Thanks, Uzefa. You're awesome. Thanks, Alexandra. Would love to hear about our OBE experiences. Thanks, Pink. Thank everyone. Stay strong. Haven't seen that one yet. Hey, check it out, Paul. Let me know what you think. Thank you, guys. Click that like button as you close out. If you guys could click that like button, I'd really, really appreciate it. I think we still only got like 31 likes, so more likes would be much appreciated if you did enjoy the live. Thank you guys so much. We got more content coming tomorrow. Have an awesome week. Thank you. Peace out.